What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Shadow Wolf, what's up? I want to take a minute and apologize for the 720p today, y'all. My connection is a bit on the shite side of things today. And I figured rather than to have a super pixelated 1080 stream, I would just do 720p. So, sorry about that, everybody. Cole, what's up? TTV, how you doing? So I got a mission today, and boy, let me tell you, out of all of these transmog items, JT Thaden, what's up? Out of all of these transmog items, I cannot get over the fact at how cool that Jin one looks, the mask. I don't have it yet. This guy right here, the Jin disguise. I wish you could select it and look at it. But yeah, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Let's see, what are we gonna go with today, though? Where's that little Gobu? There it is. We'll go with that. Go with that today. Oops. Do you want to apply them? Yes, please. Sacred Cow. What's going on? Anyway, that Jin mask drops from, well, it probably drops in multiple places, but it's confirmed to drop in Magus quarters. In addition to that, Magus quarters also is going to be able to get you the Rift set completions too. Anybody can blow that up and screenshot it if you want all the locations of all the armors and all that good stuff. DJ Cam, what's up? What's up? Anyway, let's go get that damn Jin mask, huh? Let's see. I think we want to start off with walls. I don't know. I got some mixed emotions here. What I've been going with is I've got rifted electric auras. Still need to get a better pair of boots there, obviously. I got rifted DSTs. Still need to get a pair of boots with all 4 stats and a better pair of gloves there. And then I've got buff beams. Buff beams, I still need a better helmet. And looks like a better pair of boots and a better pair of gloves. So, I mean, I'm missing big time on the buff beams there. And then my intention, since I enjoy playing the DPS monk so much, was to put ensnare auras on my DPS monk. It's a really small dev team, Morton. If it's a problem that was just happening a couple of hours ago, then, I mean, it's not realistic to expect them to have hotfixed that already. Yeah, I hear you, Daedalus. I mean, I like the targeted farming, but they did confirm that the next hotfix would fix the loot issues, but that's the other deal with Rift mode is the only thing you want is the fusion gear, so the rest of that stuff just let it sell anyway. It's all junk. So just manually pick it up. It's only 3 pieces, 4 if you get an accessory drop. You got a pet, 2 pieces of armor. That's it. So it's not. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the end of the world with the loot, auto loot not functioning properly. Just got to be cautious. Anyway, let's hop into Magus quarters. Rifted here. I'm not strong enough to do any full public groups quite yet, y'all. You guys are gonna have to give me a few more days for that. But let's get it started. I actually can't even do all the maps yet solo. I've managed to 2-player summit now, but I've tried. Oh, I've probably tried 10 times solo, and I'm not able to get summit done solo yet. That's the struggle, Goated, because the Huntress is really, really good now as far as DPS. I mean, she was good before, but now she's like really, really good, you know? I like playing that boost play style is why I chose the monk, but I'm really torn because I want to have gas traps, you know? You still haven't tried Summit yet? It's a challenge. It's the boss is the challenge. When we two-manned it, I did it with a friend yesterday, and I went up and did the dragon, killed the dragon 100%, and he stayed down and kept the Dark Elf warriors off the towers. Is what we did. It's a struggle solo. I mean, we'll get the hang of it, and as we get more sets, of course, you know. Aramir's got that fancy-ass gin cosmetic. I wants my fancy gin cosmetic, Aramir. Dang it. That thing just looks too good. Well, the thing is the struggle and the challenge is you can only have the hero's got to be in your deck to get the rifted bonus, right? And that's the decision. Like, right now, I'm actually debating on dropping buff beams, because I do have rifted buff beams. I'm debating on dropping buff beams for explosive traps. Because, I mean, explosive traps were ridiculously powerful before, right? And the reason we stopped using them was because sirens and physical damage immunity. Well, if you fusion up your explosive traps, why would they not be the same beasts that they were back before the siren came, you know? So I'm really anxious to try that, but I would have to drop something. As far as the DPS character for me, I'm gonna end up having a monk with ensnare auras, fusion ensnare auras for DPS. That's got it'll be lower stats, but I'll get the bonus from the fusion. And then I'm gonna have a Huntress with gas traps. I mean, the gas traps, Huntress is just in a good way right now, and gas traps have always been in a good way. So yeah, convert your gas traps over to fusion damage where nothing has immunity. I mean, that just seems too good to be true, right? Just super beast. What do we want to do now? Let's throw in some gas. Speaking of gas traps, we'll just do some lane sharing with them here, I think. Let's see. We'll put it half in right there. Is that gonna reach all the way over? Yeah, it will. Then over here, you know what? I think I'm going to go to the outside lane instead. Put them right over here. Have you tried, or has anyone tried fusion explosive traps yet? I don't know. I think they're going to be so good. I started putting together a set. I don't have it finished up yet, but I've got that I've got that headpiece for them. I've got those boots for them. And I need gloves and a chest. And I've got kind of trash tier chests and gloves so far. The chest, I think, is... I'd have to check the sheet, but I'm pretty sure the chest, I think, is Arcane Library. Alright, so... The biggest challenge for me so far is making sure I've got the fusion characters in deck. The guess is gonna, I mean, as far as a choice between doing either gas traps or ensnare auras on a DPS hero, I personally feel like the gas traps would be the stronger choice. However, I enjoy playing the monk more. So it's, you know, it's one of those playstyle choices. Do you want to go with the most optimal, or do you want to play with what you're enjoying? You know? I forgot to upgrade. God dang it. I'm gonna hit that, and I'm gonna hit the electric aura since that is fusion as well. Oop, crap, I hit the ensnare. Dang it. That's alright, I got the electric aura too. Pardon me. A lot of maps, you don't even need the strength drain anymore. Unless you're really getting a lot of build-up on your walls, you could just leave the shrink drain out. Assuming you have fusion stuff, you know. And that's 5 DU per lane. So, I mean, that's good stuff right there, you know. Anyway, for y'all just joining, I do apologize for the 720p today. I'm having potato internet. It's potato internet day. My ISP decided it was going to go ahead and take a big old poo all over everything today. So it's 720p only for me today. I do apologize for that. Hopefully it's not making anyone's eyes bleed too badly. What's going on there, Metcat? It's a real challenge. I mean, you know, as far as Dungeon Defenders games go, I'm definitely wanting to get all the stuff, you know. That's just, I've always wanted to collect all the stuff. So I'll have every defense set up long term, but as far as who I'm gonna actually use actively, it's such a tough battle. I debated on even on an EV. Is DDA worth the money? Absolutely. I've already put over 1,500 hours into it. For a $30 game, that's good shit. I got 60 bucks into Cyberpunk, and I've only got 2 hours into it so far. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, as far as measure of worth, every Dungeon Defenders game, you know, everybody's got their favorites. But as far as is it worth the money, every Dungeon Defenders game is worth the money. You're going to get a ton of hours of play out of them. Every one of them. Well, fusion towers were never intended to hit sirens. Sirens are their own unique mechanic. The thing is sirens are no longer a threat. You can completely ignore them in fusion gear. Because what they do down the lane just doesn't matter. You know? Plus they were nerfed. The only thing I would really like to see differently is I would like to see sirens dropping fusion gear. Or at least maybe have a chance of dropping fusion gear. I think that would be a pretty awesome addition right there. But besides that, I mean, as far as the game mode goes, I'm pretty content with it. I do wish that it wasn't only heroes in the deck, but seeing how powerful these fusion sets are, there's no doubt it would be ridiculously overpowered if you could do everything. Just beast strong. Same stats with a different set bonus. The fusion set bonus is extremely powerful. Like for example, against fusion enemies, my 340 upgrade polearm from Massacre Survival Summit that I was using was less powerful than a 217 rifted one from campaign that I got right when the update first dropped. So you are more powerful, but as far as the stats aren't going up. It added something different instead of just stats, basically. I mean, it's not perfect by any means, don't get me wrong, y'all. But it's well worth playing. You know, I mean, I'm having fun. That's the judge. Fire it up. If you're having fun, keep playing it. If you're not, don't play it. You know? I mean, it's a real easy decision to make. Wish you could get back into gaming. I hope you can too there, Bobby. Gaming is good for everyone. Most cost-effective form of entertainment I think there is. Well, you solo them the same way you would before. You just don't cheese them anymore, Morton. You pop onto a DPS hero and you DPS them down. I got it knocked out in one try without any fusion gear. I know a lot of people did, but it's just, you got to get it out of your head that you're going to sit there and cheese it up on your squire, you know. I don't really have a favorite there, DJ. It's not a, it's like picking the favorite kid, you know. It's not something I will ever do. I didn't have any issue with Alk Labs, Daedalus. It depends on what map you're doing. I mean, I still get face rolled on a few maps. But the best thing you can do, I mean, people will tell you, yeah, you can do this, yeah, you can do that, tough it out. If you want the fastest way to start progressing through Rift mode and really having fun, exactly what I did in that video. You go back to go forward. People don't want to go back, and I understand that. I didn't want to go back either, but I said, you know what? I'm going to go back. So the very first map I did the summit and got a weapon. Well, the very first map I did was Demon Lord. The second map I did was went to summit and got a weapon. And then I went through and I got the pieces for the primitive set that I was capable of doing without having Rift gear. And I was missing 2 pieces. It was like the helmet and the boots, I think. And I went back to, well, I can tell you what it was. I got this gear still. Let's see, primitive, there's primitive. It was chest and boots. So this boots and this chest, I went back to Nightmare and snagged them. And instantly, I felt massive power. Instantly. Even with the Nightmare gear. So it's a pride thing. You gotta go back to go forward. And, you know, like I said, I get it. I understand. People don't want to do it, but that is literally the fastest way. If you do that, you're going to be farming Massacre Rift mode and getting the stuff you really want, like within the first 90 minutes or so of the update. I've got everything really toned down, really heavy now. The game is pretty. The character models I don't really care for. But as far as the maps are really pretty, very detailed. Right now, like I mentioned earlier, I'm having potato internet day, so I've got everything toned way, way down. In fact, I should probably turn the numbers off too. Just to ease as much of the stuff on the screen as possible. I really, you know, I'll never stop saying it. You guys have already heard me say it 100 times. Dungeon Defenders 2 has got seriously pretty character animations and models. I really wish they would have taken those into consideration. Well, that's a different route altogether, Icos. The pay-to-win route. What's going on there, number 96? You just restarted DD1? You know what? That DD1 redux, they're calling it. But the DD1 redo mod is really, really good. Like, anyone who was a fan of Dungeon Defenders, you can play through the game again with that mod set and get a totally new experience. Now, I mean, I'm going to play through it. I'm not going to grind up to the point where I am on my regular DD1 account. I'm just not going to put thousands of hours into it. But it's super fun. There's a lot of... Oh, crap. What am I doing? Derping around. I'm supposed to be buffing these stupid DSTs. Instead, I'm running around. Anyway, and there's going to be... I think that there might be more news on that soon. Can't really go into any detail, but you can play it right now. You just have to get on the forums and then get on that DD1 Redux or Redo Discord server. But yeah, those guys did a lot of work to that. I mean, they basically reinvented Dungeon Defenders 1 all over again. I mean, it's that much of changes. The EV has got a goddamn rocket launcher, for God's sakes. A defense that's a rocket launcher. I mean, that they had me sold right there on that. Alright, come on, Gin Mask. Be in there. Be in there. Nope, the mask isn't there. Some gloves. There we go. There's a good pair of gloves. That'll be an upgrade probably for my buff beamer. Kind of a crappy militia headpiece. Still no mask. Boo. Making sure it's not hidden in there somewhere. Nope, it's not. Rift mode is an optional game mode. That's a pretty dang good piece for Magus Quarter. Sorry, Aramir. I mean, you don't see that many pieces that good. 363 in Magus? Nobody really knows what the top end is, number 96, because it's all hidden values. It's the DD1 redo. Get on the forums and just search it. I'm not really at liberty to go into a bunch of information about it, but I will be posting a video about it soon. I've already played it on stream. You can look at that if you want to see some of the basic flavors. Alright, who do I want that going on? Man, that's fatty ups right there. Whoop, whoop. Hell yes. That right there is good shit. Oh, I ain't been sleeping, number 96. You know how I do it. I mean, I don't know. Let's see how many rift pieces I've got now. Well, two pages and some change. And this is the stuff I'm not using. Let's see what that did for the old apprentice. 64, 31, 33. I like it. Progress. Progress. What's going on there, Pampas? How you doing? Alright, do I want to do that one again, or do I want to get the tornado maps done today? Tornado Valley and Tornado Highlands. But God, man, I want to try those explosive traps so bad. That would be ancient. I got 2 pieces, but, you know, I need 4 pieces. And then the other ones just are not quite delivering on all the stats. I mean, you got to get all 4 stats, right? On traps. Let's see, we'll start off with... God, I really want that genie mask. I'll go back and do it again later. Start off with Tornado Valley. On a builder, absolutely. If you go all 4 builder stats and dump all your upgrades into power, you're gonna find yourself in a good way. That, and remember that rate and range takes such massive diminishing returns. Alright, let's see. Where the hell are you at? There it is. From talking to other people that got it, Aramir is the first person that I saw anyway that found that piece that I want. And I just asked him where it dropped, you know. Exclamation Discord and chat. It's a very active group of players that are pretty much grinding DDA daily. This is one of those maps where I'm not using, and here I built it, where I'm not using strength drains at all. So I'm just going Ensnare and Electric Aura, and that's it. You've gotten 2 of them now? Jesus, Aramir. Rub it in, why don't you? Lucky mofo. Damn. Thanks, Sir Thaden. Too damn lucky. Shit, did I 3D that wall or did I 2D it? That's 3. Alright. We good, we good. Man, did I screw the placement on that other one? Looks like I did. I can go right there. I'm going to buff beam this lane anyway, so we'll still get the coverage out of it. I usually buff beam this lane just to get that extra range. But I mean, this map is not... just getting the fusion DSTs made this map like easy peasy. Can't get it right. There we go. Let's see. Shelly Lynn? What is going on? Oop. See if I can get it up top anyway. I've got the DU. I guess might as well just do it proper, right? Not that this is by any means looking proper, but you guys know what I mean. It leaves me 8, so I need... Well, I need a buff beam here on these, and this one is going to be 5 DU because of my lazy placement, I think. Let me see if I can get a 4 in there. Nah, just not going to be able to fit it. A la carte, Cardco, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Oh, and that's Proton Beam. God dang it. Hit the right button, please. K, thanks. Jesus, that one's 6. I think that will get me. Yeah, that gets it. Alright, I got 3 left. Do whatever I want with the 3, really. I think we'll just throw a trap over here. On just a non-fusion trap. My thumb is really screwed, Shelly. I got no self-control. What more can you say? We'll just go with a gas trap here. Put a buffed gas trap in. I've been doing my best to take breaks, but I'm not very good at it. That's the problem with being addicted to grind games. You go way too many hours a day, you know? Kiyodasu, thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate you. Time to buy that left-handed mouse. I've got the little cast thing going on, and I'm trying not to use my mouse hand at all. That's why I'm not playing Cyberpunk right now, I'll be honest. I was super stoked about Cyberpunk. And it launched, I logged in, and like instantly my thumb was just destroyed. Oops. Guess you gotta hit G, huh? And, you know, with DDA, I'm playing this monk, living this monk life. That makes life a little bit easier. These walls are getting hammered on. That's what I could have done, is reflected a few of these walls instead of putting that gas trap in. This map, even though it's half the mobs, it still takes forever to run. I've got a... I don't remember the long word again. It's a long word where there's the little sheath that the tendon slides through in your thumb. My little sheath is all swollen up. Highlands is up next, Aramir. That's for sure. It's a grinder too. Well, thanks there, someone. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, anyway, so what happens is I play a game that's mouse intensive and my thumb gets swollen up and the tendon won't pass through it anymore, and my thumb gets locked either all the way open or bent. It'll get locked in that position, and the easiest way I found to get it unlocked so far is to put ice on it, and then after a minute or so of ice in it, you can move it again. And I got like a little it's kind of like a half cast. It's way too damn big for a thumb brace. I thought they were gonna give me like a splint, you know, but they gave me this like half cast that completely immobilizes my wrist and my thumb. So I bent yeah, I know. But I bent the thumb piece in. That way I could just set the whole thing on top of my mouse and I can still move my mouse around. The stats don't matter, Check Mitch. It's all about having a fusion set. This is a Rift build. This isn't a build you'd want to use in regular old T-Valley, I don't think. So, like I mentioned in that day one tips and tricks video, the very first thing you should do is go back to Campaign Summit and get yourself a weapon on whatever character you're playing. Second thing you should do is start putting sets together, period. That's assuming you want to rush to the harder content. If you don't want to rush to the harder content, then just obviously play it and have fun. That old build you posted on the planner back in the day for Highlands, Aramir, is really, really good. I changed it a little bit. I put explosive traps in. But besides that, I'm using basically that old build that you posted up, and it's been like full chill mode. I don't think the walls will take so much damage this time, we'll have to see. The 4 DSTs here, though, you can completely ignore the copter ogres, which is kind of nice. I'll show you what I've been doing. I'll do that one next. Starting the day off right, though. That was only my second map of the day. That Magus quarters run. And got a pretty dang nice piece. But yeah, anyway, Check Mitch, you're gonna lose massive stats by putting your fusion set together. Don't let that bother you. Get the set bonus. The set bonus is greater than the stats. So, like, for me personally, I lost over 3,000 power on my DSTs, and I lost about 2,000 of every other stat on my DSTs. But getting or not 2,000. I lost 2,000 of my range, and I lost about 1,500 of rate and power, or rate and fort. But getting the fusion bonus completely made an entirely different game mode. Like, I instantly started doing, like, just blowing through the maps that I didn't think I was going to be able to complete before. So yeah, I mean, prioritize getting the Rift sets. If you're not decked out in Massacre gear yet, then just play the game, you know? Now, I would suggest switching over to Rift mode, no matter what difficulty you're in. I'm actually going to do a Let's Play series going through Rift mode from the very beginning. I'm probably going to start recording that tonight. But, the quicker you start getting those sets, the easier your transitions are going to be into the next tier. So, like I showed earlier, 2 of my 4 pieces that I started Rift mode with, what I started blazing through the maps on, were from Nightmare. This piece right here and this piece right here is what I started using. But I went back and I got those sets immediately. You know, and like the update had only been out for a couple of hours and I was already clearing a ton of maps. And it's because I did that. Now, you don't have to do that, but that is without a doubt the quickest way. I think it's going to be easier than a normal playthrough, Thaden. I'm not sure. You'll have to grind more, probably, because you're going to want the set bonuses. So you might have to go back and do a different map, you know? But I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Chromatic says that it's well adapted in through all difficulty tiers. So, I mean, that'll be the test. I've played through the game on non-rifted multiple times now, so I've got a pretty good, you know, a pretty good gauge. But yeah, I mean, this update is basically, it's resetting the grind to an extent. There's a lot of grind, a lot more grind to do now. There's a lot more, and it's varied. It's not grind Glitterhelm 200 times or grind Summit 150 times. Now it's do all of the maps because there's a reason to do every map, you know? So, I mean, that aspect of it is good. Now, of course, the map you like the least, you're going to have the hardest time getting the drop you want. That's just how RNG works, though, because it hates all of us. Hates absolutely all of us. Yeah, well, I'll still taking a little damage, but I mean, it doesn't look like it's in risk of dying or anything. I could have used reflect beams on those walls. What's going on there, Dingle? How you doing? You still say pay to win. There I goes. I can't remember what piece it was I'm looking for this map from. This map or the next map, Highlands. I know that I need to grind this map today. I did it probably 5 times yesterday. I need to do it a dozen times today. And I need to do Highlands a dozen times today. And I'll probably end up doing Magus Citadel until I get that dang Cosmetic, because the thing just looks too cool. It's over. Let's see what we got. What's in the box? I got so many of the Dark Elf Mage masks. See, this is my problem. In the Ancient set, this is the kind of stuff I'm getting. I mean, it'll be good for my, if I do Electric Auras, or pardon me, if I do Ensnare Auras on a DPS hero, but that's not fit for a builder. The caps are the same, the floor is higher, meaning, just say, to make things simple, say loot dropped at a quality of 1 to 100, and say on regular mode, you could get say anywhere between 50 to 100 quality level. In Rift mode, it's 60 to 100. So the ceiling is the same, but the floor is higher. Oh, endgame is way higher than that anime. I mean, are you talking Glitterhelm Massacre Survival? On hardcore? You should have gotten one piece that had... Well, upgraded, one piece would end up having being half of that stat. My best character was probably my Aura Monk. And prior... Well, that's not him. Prior to this, I was like 8,900 power. And I had 4,000 everything else. 4,000 fort. I actually was like 5,100 range and 4,000 rate. And now I've got this much lower stats. But I'm doing way more. I'm way more effective now. You know? For the Rift mode, of course. I mean, to be honest with you, I would just say switch to Rift mode and everything you play, and don't play the other mode at all. There's no reason to. That's one of the issues that I think Chromatic could have implemented a little bit better, perhaps, is just for me, from what I'm looking at and what I see in the game, I see no reason to ever play non-rifted mode again. You know? Let's go do that. I'll show you. This is a little tweak of Aramir's build that he posted on the planner. In the Highlands. This map takes about a month and a half to run to, even on Rift mode. Alright. With the right gear, yeah. With the right gear, Rift mode is much easier than normal mode. But, I mean, with the right gear, we were steamrolling normal mode, too. You know, so... I mean, with the right gear, everything is easy. It's faster. With the main thing with the right gear, it's faster on Rift mode. And that's a big plus for me, personally. Fasta, more Fasta is good. More Fasta, please. It's because of these pets I'm using, Kraken. Well, it's a combination of things. The best builder pet in the game is a pet that reduces your movement speed. So it makes it look like I'm running around super slow, all weird. But it's because that's the builder pet you use. You know. If I wasn't using these rock pets, it looks much more normal. Never put the reflex in over there, did I? Oh shit, I should have put the R's in first. That's alright, it'll be alright. This is another one where I'm not using strength drains at all. Try to get the best coverage possible for both lanes. That's pretty decent. Well, I mean, there's nothing fast. You can go to level 1 to 70 really fast. It's the same as DD1, though. The absolute fastest, easiest way to do everything in the game is to make a friend and have him carry you. I mean, if you want to get power leveled and you want to start the end game quicker, It's the same as DD1. It's the same as Diablo. It's the same as every other game out there. You know? Like, you can go level 1 to level 78 in one map on the higher difficulty. But is that how you want to play? That's what you have to ask yourself. Let's see. Go over here with him. Like I left a bunch of stuff out. I don't have gas traps in. And I've been using 4... So that's 12 right there. So yeah, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't leave everything out. Yeah, you know what? I just don't like how I place those. I like that much better. Oh, anyway, and then the other thing is my thumb. You know, so I've got I'm using the rock pet. And then I got a busted thumb on top of it. So I'm double derped. See, you just want the gears. Once it shows up, you'll be posting it on Discord. That's the Dark Elf Sacred Cow is why I went with DSTs right away. The DSTs Rifted made a huge difference versus the Dark Elves. Well, see, the thing is, with Strength Drain, Senzo, is there's two reasons you use Strength Drain. Like a lot of people think in their head it's just because you remove the element. That's only one of the reasons. The other reason to use a Strength Drain is if enemies are beating on your walls, it's going to reduce the amount of damage they do to the walls. You know? And then here's where I went off a little bit from what Aramir had posted. And that is, I've been throwing in some explosive traps. And that has really helped thin the mobs out there. And then we can share gas traps. And like here, no strength drain at all. But I'm assuming that enemies aren't going to be smacking on my walls too hard. So I'm willing to give up that damage reduction to my walls in exchange for the additional DU. Oh, you ordered a t-shirt? It didn't pop up? Oh, thanks, Icos. I'm surprised it didn't pop up on the screen. There's only a few of those have been ordered. I ordered one for me. I got one for me and one for the wife. And then a couple more people have gotten those. I got mixed emotions on Teespring, on the company that YouTube uses. It seems like the stuff took forever to get. You have to let me know. And see, now part of that is COVID, you know? But it seemed to me like the stuff took way too damn long to get. The copter ogres that come in from over there, like the smartest thing to do is probably to assist and shoot at those. But I haven't been real good at that, and the DSTs have been handling it. Well, hopefully you like it there, Icos. 1,700 mobs, and it's only half of the normal mobs. So although this map still takes a really, really long time to do, oh man, it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Like, not even close, you know? It's a very valid point there, Iko's. Very valid point. Oh shit, you know what? I forgot to put reflect beams in. You know what? Before I wasn't using the gas traps, and I put reflect beams in. I'm gonna have to fix that. Hopefully I don't die here when the archers come out. I'm looking down there now thinking, where are the reflect beams? Here comes some archers now. I better kill them. There's David's song. Well, it's a want versus need thing, BB. You can only use 4 fusion sets at a time, as if the hero's not in your deck, the fusion set doesn't count. So it's more along the lines of pick the 4 defenses you want to set up the most, and then just have one hero to do everything, ideally. Now, if you want to specialize in more than one defense, then yeah, you're going to need 2 separate heroes. But if you can't have them in your deck, then the set doesn't work. So, like, what I plan to do is add a DPS set that's Ensnare Auras for a monk, and a DPS set that's Gas Traps on a Huntress. That way I can have a DPS character out and still get the benefit of some traps. I mean, I'll end up having... Eventually, I'll have everything set up. But, like, right now, I'm just focused on the 3 things, hoping to get the 4th. Yeah, there's offline play. Right when you enter the game, it says you get a choice between do you want to play online or offline on the title screen. Alright, now I'm questioning myself. Do I need reflect beams? I mean, the problem is if I do end up needing the reflect beams, I'm going to lose. But I'm curious now if I actually need them. I've been using them. But I mean, nothing even scratched one of my crystals. I mean, I could put one in. I guess I should look at where the archers are coming from, the biggest group of them, and at least put one in. Big old build up. Alright. Let's see. Definitely jack this up. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to get through it without any reflex. It may end up badly. But we'll see. It might end up great. Just feels like a not very smart decision, though. I mean, those archers got really long range, and it's like some seriously piercing shit. Alright, I think we're good there. Let's get all this jacked up. It varies. You can play Rift mode through all the way through the game, all the way back to medium. So the gear is equivalent to what you would have before. The differences are on the non-rifted gear, you get a 40% stat set bonus, and that's the set bonus. On fusion gear, you only get a 30% stat bonus, but you get in a second additional thing. Like right now, I'm using DSTs, which the DSTs is it hits for double damage on rifted enemies. I mean, it's ridiculous. double damage on rifted enemies. So, I mean, you can give up not just that 10% stat, you could give up 50% and end up hitting more, you know? And then I'm using electric auras, which electric auras are the same thing, double damage against rifted enemies. So, like last night on stream, I had fully upgraded electric auras and a fully upgraded buff beam, and the auras were ticking for 99,000. 99,000 was the aura ticks against rifted enemies. So I mean, that's just huge. Well, it'll have the rifted bonus on it, is the thing. I mean, you can't miss it. It's purple letters on it, you know. And they only drop from the chest, so you don't have to go scouring around the map looking for them. All that stuff you see laying around out there, that all goes into one category right now, in my opinion. It's all called gold. Because all of that I'm just going to sell. I'm not even going to look at any of it on the ground. Not one single piece. And that alone saves up a bunch of time too, right? I do have the loot filter screwed right now. I do have it set. Well, you'll see it. I'll show you here as soon as we get to a break there, Icos. You'll see the words there. I mean, it's additional writing. On an armor piece, it says 5% up top. It says rifted armor 5%. Every map, there's a reason to do every map, Brian. The quality ranges are the same, but every map has targeted loot. Every map in the game. So there's reason to do the Act 3 maps, absolutely. But it's the exact same reason to do the Act 1 maps. Because each map, you're going to want to do all the maps. Yeah, each map. I mean, like this, for me today, this map, Tornado Valley and Magus is probably going to be my entire day's grind. I mean, I'm going to play these 3 maps all day. Now, depending on what kind of gear I get, maybe tonight, later on, I'll end up jumping up into some of the Act 3 maps. Right now in Act 3, the only maps I can do, I can do Arcane Library, very, very chill. And that works out good for my busted thumb right now. So I have been doing a lot of library. But yeah, the loot is all map specific. In fact, you're not going to miss anything here. So let me just pop that up real quick. You can blow that up and screenshot it. That gives you an idea where everything is there. Alright, I didn't lose, I promise. The thumb was feeling really good, Icos, and then between Cyberpunk and update 1.2, it's kind of in a bad way again. But I know I sound like an idiot, I realize. I'll get that out there out front. I am well aware that I am an idiot. But knowing that just from taking a break for a couple of days made it feel a whole lot better, makes me a lot less worried about it. Like, I can push it a little bit farther, you know? Because all I gotta do is take a break for a couple of days and it'll feel great. That's what I'm telling myself. That's the idiot part. SciTech? Thank you so much, SciTech. Seaman juice, oh man. That's fighting words there, Steven. He is an airman. He is not a seaman. And let me tell you, when you call those guys the wrong things, oh my god, that shit pisses them off. I ain't no goddamn seaman. What the hell? He hasn't re-enlisted yet, but I think that he's going to. He is in the Navy, but he's a pilot. He's not on the... He's naval air stuff, not naval sea stuff. And they take that shit so seriously, man. Let me tell you. It's amazing. They've got their own little... Well, I mean, I guess every branch of the military probably does, but they're little cliques. They're the little cliques are something different. Nah, that's not true. I mean, that's true, Steven, but if you're on a flight crew, or if you are a pilot in the Navy and someone calls you a seaman, you're going to get pissed. That is truth. I mean, my son is one of them. There is a difference. It's not just branch specific. Because you know damn well I was calling the brat seaman. I mean, I know this from all the rest of the branch. Now, that's fair. I'll give you that. The branches, the branches, I guess I expect to have the hatred and competition for each other, you know? But, it's funny, the little cliques that are inside of the Navy, too, like between the pilots and the air crew are, like, all snooty compared to, like, the mechanics. Of course, my son hears me say that, he's gonna get pissed, but they're like, oh, they're mechanics. That's exactly it. Oh, I want that cortisone, man. I want that cortisone bad. The doctor told me not yet. The doc told me he wanted me to immobilize for 3 weeks. I know all about the cortisone. I got a bad back. That shit is like magic in a syringe. But yeah, that's exactly it. I guess the slang term, I just have a problem using it. It sounds so cliche, but I guess the slang term for it is gamer thumb. Which, I don't know. Like I said, it just sounds like a very cliche thing. Hardcore is a straight 25% loot multiplier, Godin. So, well, it's dependent on the difficulty, actually. But yeah, it's always worth it to play hardcore. Now, obviously, if you're dying all the time, then turn hardcore off. The guys with the lowest ASFAB scores are the ones that refuel the aircrafts. Hey, that's fair. Oh, it's just the little cliques, you know, the little internal groups that they've created. I'm sure every branch probably has them to an extent. Most of my family are all Marines. I've got quite a bit of military in the family. God, why do I keep running away from my damn DSTs? I know I need to sit here. Take it easy, but nope, running around. Well, the map's over now. I could have just stayed out there. Thaden, thank you so much. I do appreciate it a ton there, Thaden. You the best. I don't know, man. I mean, from my perspective, I don't get into any of that stuff because mad respect for anyone out there in any country that willingly gives up a large portion of their life and potentially could be put in danger to support a nation of people that they don't know. Hats off to all y'all, you know? Well, that's not a good piece. I don't know why I stared at it for so long. That's not a good piece either. So yeah, anyway, if you see that rift armor where it's right above the 11% armor, that indicates that it's a rift piece. The set bonuses are actually kind of hard to read. I think they could have put a little bit more contrast in there. It would have helped everybody out. I mean, they light up as you put them on, and that's the whole point, but it does make them difficult to read. Anyway, let me pick them up anyway. I know that's not going to be any good. Nope. Man, no love on the cosmetics or anything so far today. What the heck, man? I'm gonna start putting them out, Dazord. I'm actually gonna do a playthrough from the very beginning on a brand new account. I'm curious, to be honest with you. I'm very curious to see how it goes as brand new and coming into the game right in Rift mode. I think it's going to be faster. I think getting from brand new player to Nightmare player or brand new player to Massacre player, I think it's going to be quicker. I really do. Alright, where to? We didn't get nothing. I don't need that. I'm going to keep all the Rift stuff just because. Got a bunch of duplicates of that. Trying to keep my inventory cleaned out, but I am saving all of the fusion pieces until I get some base sets put together on everybody I want. And then I've been saving the godly accessories. Why'd I save that one? It's actually not bad for a DPS character. No boost. Alright, so let's go back to Magus, man. I want that damn Jin thing before. I want it so bad. It's the best looking transmog accessory they put in my opinion. It's that good. I would love to be able to show you guys right now. Well, thanks there, Drew. I appreciate it. Alright, do the same old here. You think it's the best too, Aramir? Some of them I don't like or I'll get back to equipping it here in a minute, but like that Dark Elf Mage mask I've been using, I want to use the Dark Elf Warrior mask, but it doesn't look good it looks better when you're looking at someone else than it has on than what you're looking at. I don't like that. I want it to look pretty to me too, you know, but it doesn't. It doesn't look good to me because I'm seeing the back side of it, and all I see is like the back little edges of the mask. I mean, and it looks bad enough where I just don't even bother. Oh, there is no doubt, Thaden. There's no doubt at all. To get perfect stuff, it's going to be exactly that situation. No doubt at all. It will take hundreds, if not thousands of runs to get a completely perfect item. You know, you'll get a few items here and there that have, that are really, really good. But overall, it's going to take just running stuff over and over and over again. Oh man, I couldn't have placed that worse, huh? DD2, there's nothing to do, Johnny. I love DD2. I still play DD2, but DD2, when I play DD2, I have no goal. I'm playing the game just to play the game. I like having goals, you know? Man, is this just fail placement altogether here? I mean, throw out, get Chromatic to pump out some DD2 updates. I'll play the shit out of it. Day one, you know? Floor 99 is the biggest waste of time in the game. Go through hundreds of hours of AFK grind just to go through hundreds of hours of rerolling maps that you could actually complete just to get to a level that has no reward. That would be floor 99 Onslaught. What did I miss here? I think I've been using strength drains here, maybe. I didn't get the reflect beams in yet. That's one thing. I mean, I love DD2, don't get me wrong, but getting to 999 Onslaught has never, ever been a goal of mine. It's the most unrewarding game made in the game. Yeah, I'm not that kind of person. I don't need to see my name on the leaderboard. I was on the leaderboard for a long time. I finally fell off, I think. But I'm not that kind of person. If it was a skill-based game, I'd want to see it. But since it's not, I know what it is. I've been using strength drains. You know, you give me some Orcs Must Die 3 leaderboards where it's heavily skill-related, I'll be all over that shit. But a game mode that just requires hours played and nothing else, I just don't even see why there's even a leaderboard for it, to be honest. Makes no sense. I mean, there's a dozen people that are really into it, so it's great for them. Pixia, what's up? Oh, here's where I screwed up. I was only using 2 gas traps to cover the entire map. Can't remember the different little changes. That's what it is. And then we had, what, reflect beams around the DSTs. Well, there you go. I mean, that's perfect for you, though, then. I'm just not motivated by that at all. I play games for one reason, and that's to have fun and entertain myself. If you're not having fun, then you're not doing it right. Period. I don't know anyone that's gone to 999 that actually says they enjoyed it. They did it because they had the drive to get there and the patience to get there. They didn't do it because they were enjoying it. Yeah, no doubt, Dukin. I mean, that's the thing. Is it rewarding to you? Are you being rewarded? Do you feel like it's a good use of your time? Well, most people don't. That's why the game turned into what it did. That's why all the players left. I mean, it got a nice little resurgence with COVID, but let's be honest here, the player base was falling through the floor really, really bad. And it's still not in a good way. But there is new people, more new people coming to the game now, it seems. Which, that's a positive thing, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the game. I would love to see the game completely reworked, but that's just not, that's a fantasy. That's not real. You know? Because DD2 failed, Johnny. Everybody seems to leave that point out. And it's hard to admit. Trust me, I am like the #1 fanboy. It's very, very hard to admit, but DD1 or DD2 failed as a business. That's why the Chromatic thing all came together. It wasn't these guys said, hey, I hate this game, it sucks, let's make a new one. It failed. And that sucks, but that's the truth. If it wasn't for the changes, there's a chance DD2 could not even have servers right now. I mean, that's me guessing and speculating, but the exact words that were used by the developers were, the finance company was going to shelf the game. That's exact words. And then Augie came in and bought the game, or bought the company back, and decided to refocus the company on Dungeon Defenders Awaken. So, I mean, that's the hard truth in the background. It sucks. And watching that interview with Augie and Javahawk, as a big fan, it just makes your stomach turn a little, you know? But, I mean, I still like it. I'm still enjoying it. So, do I want more people to? Sure. But expecting a change to really anything in the game now is just not realistic at all. I mean, there's that pipe dream hope that maybe next year they'll put a person on doing something for DD2. But even that was almost immediately shot down by Augie after he made the statement. The very next week, somebody asked him about it on his very next stream. And he said, oh, that was just me kind of thinking out loud. We don't have any actual plans to do that. So, I mean, it's good that the thought entered his mind. You know, he's the boss. But until it actually comes into fruition, it's just not... Don't hold your breath, you know? And if you don't like DDA, that's fine. It's your opinion. It's up to you. You should always play a game you're having fun with, right? That's literally rule number one. If it's not fun, don't play it. But I'm having fun, so I'm going to play it. And we just got a whole lot of new stuff to collect, too. And that is the Dungeon Defenders I like. The Dungeon Defenders I like is collecting the super rare things. I love it. It's how DD2 was at one point. Before it all changed. If the game's not making money, the game failed, Johnny. It's a business. It's all about the dollars. Literally everything. How many games out there could you say the exact same thing about? I mean, it's not based on the state of the game. It's based on how much money the game made and makes. That's what everything goes off of. It's real world time, Johnny. We're talking real life shit here. I mean, I hear you. I think DD2 is a great game as it is. I think with some changes, they could make it a wonderful game. But to do so, they're going to lose more money. So why would they? When they've got a new product that's a retail product with much higher returns. So, I mean, why would you not move forward instead of moving back? That's the saddening part. Is as a previous businessman, I understand. It just sucks. Sacred cow. I mean, it's the same thing as Fortnite. You guys have heard me rage about Fortnite. About what it turned into. I don't blame them. I'd do the same thing. But as a player that was very excited about their game at the very beginning, it's a huge, huge disappointment, you know? I mean, that one just makes me bitter. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Get my blood pressure up. DD2, I would love to see a lot of things happen to DD2, but the truth of the matter is I played DD2 for thousands and thousands of hours and loved the hell out of it and fully got my money's worth and still play it today. So I've got no hard feelings really about the long-term life. Oh, the grind is what they wanted, Johnny. There is no game that says Dungeon Defenders on it that's not a grind game. Dungeon Defenders 2, they trivialized the grind and put in pay-to-win elements. That's what people hated about it. It wasn't a game of collecting, it was a game of grinding a number on the screen where the loot didn't matter. The loot's just your handbag that holds your shards and mods. Shards are the pay-to-win element of the game. And mods are, of course, just that's where the grind comes, is getting the mods. But, I mean, don't ever think there's ever going to be a Dungeon Defenders game without grind. That's what they are, you know? Well, that's just never going to happen, Bo. I mean, they're not going to take away monetization. The game failed as it is. They're not going to not have... They're not going to give any of that up. I mean, I hear you, but I mean, that's not the only game I play with inventory issues. PoE is an awesome game. And the amount of quality of life you get in PoE by buying some of those tabs, those stash tabs, are just ridiculous. You know? The shards was where things started to go a little wonky. For sure. I mean, it prolonged the life of the game quite a ways, though. Because people spent a bunch of money on that. Yeah, anyway, don't get me wrong, y'all. If you're brand new, the game is going to offer you thousands of hours to play. You're going to enjoy the hell out of it. But thousands of hours later, you're going to say, man, I wish they would do this, 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 and this. You know? Well, I mean, I could say that same thing about 10 different games. You know? But the playtime, the value of playing the game is there. Play the game. It's a badass game. Just don't have expectations, is all I'm saying. It's the hardest thing ever. Like World of Warcraft. I can tell you when I stopped playing World of Warcraft, I sat there and stared at my computer monitor not knowing what to do. It's like I just didn't want to play anything else, but I knew it was time to call it quits, you know? When you take DD2 and you decide, okay, I'm only going to play DD2 for fun, that's the state where I'm at right now. So, I mean, I don't play DD2 near as much as I used to, but I still play it at least 5 days a week. But I don't grind it. I play it just for enjoyment and derping around and doing silly things, and that's fun to me. You know, and that's the replay value that keeps me going, I guess, in DD2. Orcs Must Die 3 on Steam soon. I bet it comes within 6 months. We don't have a date yet. Oh shoot, map server. But I bet it gets here within 6 months. Alright, what do we get? Oh, I thought that was the gloves that were glowing blue. Boo. I tell you, man, that accessory just does not want to drop for me. I'm getting so many militia helmets now. Well, I mean, no one's ever said that the game is dead. Players say that. No, Orcs Must Die is not 3. It's all month thing. So yeah, there will be many, many more appearances of Santa Juice. But it's not going to be every 15 minutes like people expect. It's going to be once a week. Wherever you're at gaming, whatever difficulty you were playing on before, just start right there. You're going to be able to jump into some of the easier maps, but you're going to want to prioritize putting together an armor set right away. Here's where all the armor sets drop. You can pause and screenshot that if you want it. But you're going to want to prioritize getting those armor sets for sure. Oh, I got a bag full of those now, Sacred Cow. It seems like there's so much of that. Gear dropping with 2 or 3 builder stats. I mean, I'm seeing way more of that than I'm seeing gear dropping with, you know, less hero stats. What's going on, Xerox? Still no damn accessory. WTF. Look at how many militia helms I got now. These things are stacking up, man. What is this? Guard is the second. So that would be my gas trap guy. That's actually, I would throw that piece on a Huntress right now for gas traps. DD2 is, or DDA is going to be more similar to DD1, Suez. It's still a super fun game to play, though. It's a lot different than DD2. It's similar in genre and lore only. That's about the only similarities to DD2. Well, if you were doing the whole Squire pet thing, gaming, that got nerfed pretty heavily. There's no best. It's dependent on what piece you're looking for. So, like for example, minor gear. Minor gear gives the buff to the 4th defense. So, like on the monk, the 4th defense is the strength drain. On the apprentice, the 4th defense is the lightning tower. So, if you're wanting to set that up yet, the set you would use would be depending on what tower you're trying to set up. It's still not fully rolled out yet, John. They said that there has been changes to the controller schematic, but like the final controller schematic is not in game yet. It's supposed to be here during the second stage of update 1.2. Update 1.2 is only halfway here. There's another portion of it coming, which, I don't know, in my opinion, it's the big portion. I mean, Rifted mode obviously completely changes the game. But player trading, the reforging items, reforging is basically re-rolling if you want to respec a piece. So you had some awesome chess piece that you had into power and you're trying to put together a range set. You'll be able to roll that power off and put it into range and use it on your other character. That will be a big addition. Player trading will be huge because that would be the beginning of the player economy. And then the controller schematic will be rolled out. So the second part of 1.2 will be here prior to Xbox launch, basically. The controller schematic will get rolled out. They'll probably get feedback and hear what people have to say about it. Make any final changes for Xbox. And then it'll go to Xbox. Is my guess, anyway. Alright, where to? What did we just do? Enough derping around here. Back to grinding. That was Magus. So let's go back to T-Valley again. The first defense is ancient, goated. It's they're all in order here. I think these are in order. So the first defense is ancient, the second is guard, the third is militia, the fourth is minor, and the fifth is primitive. So they're in that order. Alright, let's see. Need them aura, or them walls. Just start right here this time. I've been doing this same build pretty religiously now, and it seems foolproof. Just having the DSTs Having the fusion DSTs, like, it completely changed the entire game for me, even with the nightmare pieces. So even with the lower quality stuff, just having the set was big time game changing. It depends on what game you want to play. You know, if you're rolling through it solo or you just want to speed your way to the toughest content, then 100% you want to just get a set filled in right away. If you like the struggle and the challenge and you want to just go right for the better quality pieces, and if, like, say you've got a group of friends that you play with that enjoy playing like that, that's always an option, you know. But as far as like easy moding into it and doing things with the least amount of resistance, 100%. Fill the setup, go ham. They won't ban anybody for that, Johnny. There's a good chance you could lose it, but no one will get banned for that. But, I mean, there's also a really, really good chance that nothing happens with it at all and you get to keep it. The whole if you lose it is saying, will Chromatic do another update for the game? Which, you know, that's the unrealistic part. But yeah, I would be completely shocked if somebody got banned for that. I mean, there's serious hacks running around in the game right now, and they're not getting banned. So someone who took advantage of something that was in the game without doing any sort of treachery, I can't see them banning somebody for that. Like I said, you might lose it, but that's about the most I would think. Alright, let's see here. 6 that time. Guess we'll get that trap in too. I can't remember the exact build I was using yesterday, but this one will work, I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, smart hackers aren't going to go running into town. It's the stupid hackers that run into town and say, look at all my hacked shit. They're the ones that get banned. The smarter hacker that never goes into town and just plays the game themselves and hacks it up and doesn't mess with the economy or doesn't bring other people into the mix. Those are abundant, but they're people that enjoy hacking the game. That's the fun for them. But they also are not allowing it to affect other people, so those people will never have an issue. You got a 360 miner helm from Gardens? Very nice. Sucks it's a miner helm, though. What are you going to use it on, Aramir? That sadly seems like the least... I mean, LTs is the only thing I can think of that I would want to use it on. But I'm not exactly rushing, beating the door down to make a LT apprentice right now. That's how RNG will be. Whatever set you don't plan on using right away, that's the stuff you'll find. You know? Like I wasn't even going for electric auras. It happened. I was originally going for DSTs and then buff beams, and electric auras just ended up happening before buff beams happened. Because I just found the stuff. I just ran into it. It was that extra piece, you know? Power would definitely be the main stat for a builder goated. Uh-oh, what have we got going on? Where was that? It was right here. I'm not really sure what it was, though. I lost a wall. I think we'll get through the rest of it no problem though. Just need to watch that area up there with the dead wall. Well, if it's a builder, you would put it into power. If it's a DPS character and you're playing a physical DPS character, then you would put it into range damage. If you're playing an elemental DPS character, then you would put it into the element. So it depends on how you're playing the character. Shit, man. I'm gonna end up losing here. You just come camp it out right here. Throw another buff on the DSTs real quick. Almost lost. That dude was coming. And it was an archer too. Both of them were. Right, better get her wall back. I'll throw a couple of upgrades on it this time. Taking a little while to get used to the new little interface for selecting heroes too. I like it better, but it's definitely taken a second to adjust to. Now we hold them up here. I think just getting those upgrades in will make those little leaky problems I was having go away. So now we got some, we got 2,800 to pump into DSTs too. There we go. So like this weapon, this is a fusion weapon. It's on an elemental monk, so I've got the element upgraded. My demon horn from Alk Labs for my Huntress is a physical based weapon that's converted to fusion. So I've got ranged damage upgraded. The challenge for this map is very confusing because it doesn't have instructions. Shoot the baddies. Just kidding, of course, but that's the instructions. What's going on, Vitor? How you doing? I actually got a really good piece. It was the second map today that I had run. It was the first map of the stream. I got a really good piece on. So, I mean, I'm not getting the pieces that I'm actually farming for right now, but I did get a good piece that's usable. Yeah, fusion towers hit regular enemies. They do everything normal, just like normal. The only difference is the bonus they get. So as far as hitting regular enemies, they just shoot them like regular, like normal. But then like the DSTs do double damage against Rift enemies. Well, when you're in Rift mode, the majority of the mobs are Rift enemies. There's more Rift enemies than there are regular enemies, or it appears that way anyway. So, yeah, I mean, it functions just like normal. Yeah, you can only have one fusion tower per builder, and you can only have 4 active at a time. So you got 4 hero slots in your deck, and your hero must be in deck to get the bonus. If it's not in deck, it acts just like normal. So it's only just for that bonus. Are you in that XP grind? That's the little window that's really, really grindy in DDA. To be honest, I think it turns people off. When you hit like that, you know, you get Nightmare unlocked, you're level 70, but going from level 70 to 83, it just feels really, really rough. I did. Well, that's the thing is, you don't have to, like, I don't care about the other defenses. I mean, eventually I will, just to collect all the things. But, like, I don't care about any of the other towers for the Apprentice, about them being fusion. So I only have one Builder Apprentice. I'm doing one for everything. But yeah, if you want to create different sets, now I probably will do a Flame Burst set next. The Flame Burst set would be what? That would be a Militia set of armor, and I'm collecting Militia stuff that I'm not using at all right now. Well, it just looks like just headpieces. But I've got to start anyway. I mean, I've got a usable Militia headpiece right now already, just from playing. I think Flame Burst, there's a few things I'm very, very curious about. One, and the top and foremost, is explosive traps. I just really, really think explosive traps are going to be ridiculous with a fusion set. However, to put in explosive traps somewhere, I need to get rid of something else. Well, what would I get rid of? I don't want to get rid of the buff beams. Well, because they have to be in deck, Redline. I don't want to get rid of the buff beams. I don't want to get rid of the DSTs. And I don't want to get rid of the electric auras. I think the thing is, will I get... will I find gear that's good enough and high enough stats where I don't need the buff beams? That would be the easiest choice. But I've been thinking about pulling the Apprentice out of deck and just using regular DSTs. I would strongly suggest everyone go for DSTs first, because it definitely made for a super smooth transition. I can vouch for that directly. But now I'm actually debating on just using regular DSTs. Yeah, I mean, it could always go with a hybrid EV. That's a very valid option as well. But, I mean, right now I'm still in, like, the base collecting stage, just putting the sets together at all. So I'll definitely be able to fine-tune down the road. I mean, there's no reason to think that an EV, a hybrid EV, couldn't, at a minimum, do maybe either buff beams or walls. I mean, I don't see why you would want to do reflex. God, I lost that wall again over there. I don't know why you would want to do buff beams, or do reflect beams, to be honest. I mean, do it when there's nothing else left to do, and that's why you would do it, because there's nothing else left to do. But I don't see ever needing the need for fusion reflect beams. But, I mean, you could do a low stat buff beam, and buff beam has the big diminishing returns too, so... I mean, it'd still be well worth using. Or gas traps on a DPS Huntress, and snare aura on a DPS monk. Those three would definitely be, or they definitely will be the ones I'm trying to set up first. Well, no, I think the thing to do is to still use a DPS character. Actually, you know what? To be honest with you, I think I could do this map right now on my Aura Monk. I mean, I'm not doing anything. Now, if it's a boss, you're always going to want to have a DPS character. But on a regular map, yeah, you don't really need a DPS character. Maybe I'll try to set those explosive traps up right now. I really just want to do these damn explosive traps, you know? DPS characters are beast right now, is the thing. What's the stats on my aura? That's actually my... I think that may be my best geared so far out of Rift mode. Yeah, that's definitely my best. That's mine. And you don't have to take this route. You've got diversity. Like, I know Aramir went with less power and more range. And we're both still winning maps. It's just a different way to do it. So, I mean, you can kind of do what you want there in that regard. Alright. Oh, we got another Mage Mask. Those are dropping like crazy. Alright, well, here's another Ancient set, but I just cannot get all 4 builder stats on it. It's driving me nuts. Fortify, power, and rate, though. If it had range instead of rate, I would probably snag that. In fact, I'm going to snag it. But I would probably use that on a DPS monk. Now, here we go. That's another militia piece. I'm getting militia headpieces out the mofo, y'all. I'm kind of curious now. I want to try... Well, let me see if I can't set another setup real quick. I mean, I don't even know what I'd want to set up. I'm thinking explosive traps. What are explosive traps? That's ancient, right? What do I got? Actually, I got 2 good pieces, and I've got 2 bad pieces. Let's just do it anyway, just for fun. Alright, so no more DPS character. You're out of here. And let's go with a Traptress instead, a Builder Traptress. So, just to give you an idea, a before and after. This character is going to take a huge haircut. But that's the stats. Prior to the change. Here, let me give you even a better example. This is what my explosive trap is doing to rift enemies right now. Let you guys look at it. It's hitting for 85,000 every 2.25 seconds, say. So every 2, yeah, just over 2 seconds. And it's hitting for 85k. Now let's swap it all up. Somebody remember that 85k. What's going on there, Sith Phil? How you doing, man? Alright, and we want ancient, right? So that one's a no-brainer. That one's a no-brainer. But now we gotta find a decent chest and gloves, which is gonna be the challenge. See, power, range, and rate. I think that is the one to use, probably. For gloves, if I'm going to give anything up, I'll give up a little bit of health. And then we need a chest. What do we got there? Fortify, power, and rate. Wow, this is crappy. I'm thinking this one. Jeez, give up 2 stats. Oof, that stings. I mean, I could go with this one. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give up the range, but I think I could do that. Now, let's get this stuff upgraded. Let's see, we're going to go full power, because it's going to be splodies. And then some booties. Alright, now, this is where my stats are now. Took a big haircut, no doubt. But, let's go over and see what that same Tier 1 explosive trap is going to do now. 162,000? What? That's more than double, wasn't it? And it's a little bit slower reset speed. What, it was 2.22 before, and now it's 2.41? But I mean, I could always optimize. See, this would be the next step. The next step would be dialing it in. And this is what I mean by that. Okay, let's look. Well, let's just sell it. Let's look at the tooltip. Guess I gotta put it down. Okay, and we'll just go straight DPS, right? 38.76k. So what happens if I pull 200 power and put it into rate? 38.61. That went down, didn't it? What was it the first time? I don't even remember. Let me see. It was 200 rate. It's 38.76. So yeah, it went down by making that change. Now I've got this range in here too. What is my range even at? Let me look. My range is at 2900. I don't feel like I want to give up any of that range. But now what happens if we would remove some rate? Now what is it sitting now? It's 38.76. So if we remove some rate out of the deal and put it into power, what does that put me at? 38.58. So it seems like I probably had already done this. It's actually what the case is. Or I couldn't have. Now let's see. Let's say we only go 100 back into rate and we put the rest in power. Wrong button. That's 38.2. So yeah, I was already dialed in. Sorry, y'all. But that's how you would do it. So what? It was 400? Or no, it was 200 in power. Or in rate. Yeah, 38 point... Or no, I was 38.76 before. I did something different. What did I do? Did I hit a wrong button? Oh, I put some more into range. I accidentally popped one of those into range. So that should do it, right? 38.76. Let me look at it one more time. If we went... Let's just say minus 50. No, I went down. So it was definitely... I mean, I could do it the other way, too. Let's go minus 25 power and put it into rate and see. 38.66. No, so I still went down. Oops. So I'm assuming that was pretty close to dialed in either. 300 is way too much. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, you see it. It's a big, big difference. It's hitting. But can we get away with doing this? Let's find out. I think this map, more than any, I could probably get away with doing this, to be honest. Because this map is going to be so aura dependent. Yeah, let's get our base setup in first. Now, what you getting into, kitty? My cat is going ham and getting into something. I think I was doing 3DU here. I don't think I can fit a 4DU buff beam there connecting those, though. Nah, I can't even do a 6. Or F5 might work. Let's see, am I getting a buff? Nope. Getting it there. Getting it there. How much did I spend on it? That's 5. That works out. I don't know what you're getting into, Blitz, but it doesn't sound... It sounds like trouble. Whatever it is you got going, it sounds like you're going to get in trouble. Psst, Kitty, what are you doing? Cat is getting into shit? Oh, man. I'm glad to see he's feeling better. Yesterday, he was not feeling very good. shoot, and I did it again. I put the buff beams down before I put the auras down. God dang it. I've got an AFK build I use already. No reason to change it. That, and I'm using the fusion sets. I don't have fusion sets for everything yet, so I have to use what I got, you know. There we go. That worked out still. Hey, we got our DSTs to go. And we got buff beam, reflect. Oop, that's not a reflect. I think this is gonna wreck. We're gonna have to see here. I don't know, but I think it's gonna just wreck. All right, so then let's get our Huntress. Where are you at? There she is. And let's go Splody, gas, Splody. Won't have enough to do that down here. Oh yeah, we will, right? Splody, gas, and Splody. That leaves me 2 DU. Well, I mean, I could look at with the heavy archer lanes and throw in 2 reflect beams. But we got 5 archers there. Or is that archers? No, that's dark elves. There's 71 archers on that lane. Actually, there's 71 on that lane too. Every lane's got 71, it looks like. Or no, these don't have as much. So, no right answer. But, I mean, I do have 2 DU though. So I'm going to use it. Let's just put them right here. One there and one there. Alright, we gotta get our traps back in deck. I'm anxious to see how this does. Now, the health on these bad boys is gonna burn really quick. But I think it will make it through the wave. Maybe I'll hit them with 1 upgrade each. I want to make sure I can get my buff beam on the DSTs maxed. I think I can. Slow motion rock running. It's almost not worth it to use the rocks, just that alone. Alright, we'll just dump everything here and see how it goes, and we'll stay on our Aura Monk. So we're now getting the builder bonus for those electric auras, and those are fusion electric auras. Look at that DST is hit for 3.4 million. 3.4 mil, it's not even fully upgraded. That's the power of the Rift stuff, you know? Now, Dark Elf Warriors were not making it over here before. And I can't really kill him very well. Can I knock him away? No, he's gonna wreck me. Oh, he got owned though, good. I think we can, I mean, as long as the explosive traps don't die, we'll survive dead. The Dark Elf Warriors weren't making it over before. That's one of the big differences so far. And I was capable of just annihilating them if they did. But I think it's gonna hold up. I mean, it's all about those explosive trap charges, you know? They keep destroying all your walls because they have no aggro range at all, apparently. The new Dark Elves are the hardest thing in the update, in my opinion. I mean, they are mean as hell. There's just no doubt, you know? They're the reason I can't clear Summit right now solo. They're the reason the difficulty in most of the maps is really there. Alright, we lost the wall, so no builder bonus, we lose. Alright, well, I'm going to write that whole plan off. Because this, I need a better set, or it's not worth giving up the DPS hero. Well, it's not over yet. I mean, shit is getting tore up, but we're not dead yet. 1,000 mobs left, though. Those explosive traps over there don't have a buff beam on them anymore. But they are still just wrecking it. Well, I mean, I don't see anything coming in. Now, if another ogre comes... Well, let's see how the orcs do. Oh, the orc got wrecked out there. The explodies are holding up so far. Oh, no, we lost another wall here. Or this wall was gone already. I didn't realize it. Or no, the wall's back here. Derp. We're actually killing them way outside here on these two lanes. Electric Aura OP, maybe? I'm not complaining. I love auras. The boss in Throne Room is bugged. He's actually super duper easy to kill right now. He doesn't come all the way down the hallway, so he'll never get to your walls. He stops. The furthest I've seen him come down is to the very top of the ramp, and then he just stops right there, which is obviously a bug. But he doesn't walk all the way up by your crystals anymore. And that means you know where he's gonna get stuck, point a bunch of DSTs that way, and then just run around. I mean, still get your shots in, but just prioritize staying alive and running around. Explosive traps are getting thin. But, I mean, it looks like all I lost was that wall and this one buff beam. Everything else held. I'm just amazed nothing made it in. Maybe explosive traps are super good. That Dark Elf Warrior threw a little monkey wrench into the things. I think I'll maybe get my, you know, I don't have any armor on that character at all. It's full builder, you know? So he's just gonna get one shot by everything. Maybe some upgrades on those DSTs will keep him away. Or I could have built back further. Built back onto this pad. I don't think they'd make it. Holy shit, y'all. That was, what, 1,100 mobs or whatever when I died? And it all held. I mean, it's not over yet, but it's over. And that's fusion... What? Fusion explosive traps, fusion electric auras. Let's see, you gotta rebuild though. Rebuilding is never a good thing. That means shit went wrong. Marcel, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh wow, this wall was really squished too. Let's see. If I go a 4DU wall, then I'm gonna only need a 4DU buff beam. So let's do that instead. We'll make this wall a little fatter. And then I should be able to shave that savings right off this buff beam, hopefully. Please. Oh, so close. it getting it? Nope, it's not getting it. But see if we can't make it get it. Now it's got to be getting it, right? Yeah, okay. We good, we good. Hopefully. Seeing who was here? Traps. And then we're going to stay active on the Builder Monk. But let's get some upgrades around. Come on now. I'm trying to hit the buff beam. There we go. Pop one on that aura, and then just a repair on the ensnare. We got a bunch of mana land still. This is gonna shred, I think. It's just me surviving the Dark Elves. Oh no! And me surviving myself. Oh, that happens. I mean, it's the same people all the time, Marcel. It's people that if you're paying attention and you really watch for those things, you're gonna spot them, you know? We got a little bit more mana over there too. Did I get this up? But yeah, it's almost always the same groups of people that find the stuff, and it's just because they're on the lookout for that kind of stuff, you know. Just kind of just playing through, you don't see a lot of it. Any tips for Nightmare? Nightmare, I think the biggest, I hate to say it, but having a good set of DSTs set up, like make Deadly Striker Tower upgrades. So there's going to be another Dark Elf Warrior over here. I'll try to live through it this time. Well, he's making it over here. That DST would just look up for a sec. Come on, just one more shot. There we go. That was kind of a big deal there. You know, he didn't do shit to these towers. He was swinging on these towers. So, Rift Armor works. There is no doubt there, because he should have one-shot these things. Well, if you're not doing Rift mode, you want to put your towers in one spot. Like a stack of DSTs in one area usually is the most common strategy. In Rift mode, it's about getting a Rift set. Get a fusion set of DSTs is the first thing I personally did, and it was like flipping a switch. It made it an entirely different game. Like instantly, the Dark Elves weren't as much of a problem. Now remember, the Dark Elves are going to get hit by incidental damage, so if you had like Flame Bursts in the mix too, the explosion from a Flame Burst is going to hit them as well. Park a Squire and a melee pet next to a tower, yeah, it works too. Oh, in campaign, the answer is more DSTs. I know that's really crappy, but like in campaign, Rift mode Massacre, just throw down more DSTs. And yeah, you know, you'll have to stay back until or you could even throw like an explosive trap. That's what I'm doing for Massacre Summit. That's what I did right out of the gates. I threw down a truckload of DSTs, put them on a buff beam, gave it reflect beams, and then I put gas traps at every spawn. That's the normal that I usually do. Getting a Rift set just turns it into trivial. Well, you'll have it cleared before you get a rift set. I mean, it's not going to take you more than 1 or 2 tries. So, I mean, don't sweat it. Just hop in and go again. You know, during the waves, just really pay attention for the Dark Elves. And then by the time you get to the boss wave, you're going to have your DSTs all upgraded through the roof. So by then, they're going to handle most of the Dark Elves on their own. It's just annoying. Yeah, the Dark Elves, without a doubt. I mean, in my opinion, 100%. They are the biggest threat in Rift mode. As far as, like, the change from non-Rift mode to Rift mode, the Dark Elf Warriors are definitely the biggest challenge. And then that challenge instantly gets reduced just by getting that fusion set. That's why I think it's so important if you're struggling in any way with getting your armor set put together, go down to fill it out and then go back and get the Massacre pieces. It really, really does make a huge difference. I've done the Summit Survival once in a 2-player group with a friend of mine, Jesse, who is a big-time grinder. But I've yet to be able to solo it. Campaign's the first thing I did. As far as faster, Brian, it depends on what your setup is. I know you're probably pretty decked. But like your average Massacre player or someone that wasn't all super decked out, yeah, it's going to be way better. Or it's not necessarily better, but it's going to be way faster. So if you just want to get there as quick as possible, that's the thing to do, you know? Now, if you're capable of, you're not going to have to go there for your full set. It's going to be 1 or 2 pieces. Like, the problem for me is with the set I wanted to set up, Summit and Glitterhelm was one of the 2 pieces, and I was just getting owned. I couldn't do it. Why am I even looking at that gear? You know, so I went back, and, I mean, I did all this right away, and that's how I got pushed through so fast, and I'm working on so many different sets now. I just did that right out of the gates. It's hard to. Nobody wants to lower their stats. Me included. It's like, what the hell, you know? But having significantly lower stats with the fusion bonuses is just enormous, you know? I've got me a Summit. Here's my Summit drop. I don't think I flexed out on y'all today. Let me flex for a minute, y'all. That's what the Summit gave me right there. It's putting out about 10 mil DPS on the fusion dummy. But that's luck, you know. I got a polearm my very first attempt that had, I mean, it doesn't have boost on it, so it's far from perfect. But that was my very first Summit clear. And only. It doesn't count. It's a completely different game solo, no doubt. Summit is hard. It's difficult to solo, you know? I mean, I haven't been able to do it yet. Aramir will post up his AFK strategy in 15 minutes, watch. I'm joking. 10 mil in Massacre mode is more than double what my best hero was doing in Massacre mode before. You gotta remember, before you weren't getting real numbers on the target dummy. You know, so busting 100 mil DPS back before. Well, yeah, that's single by myself with nothing else around. I mean, obviously. But you were getting, the thing you're missing is you were getting 5.4% of that actual damage. The fusion set is just beast. It's ridiculous. I mean, right now, by myself on my monk, if I had somebody else with me with a cat, I'd be able to sustain 20 mil DPS. By myself. That's crazy. Well, not by myself, with a friend with a cat, obviously. That's what we did, but we didn't stay. It ended up taking like 10, I want to say 10 cycles to kill the dragon. We slow rolled it. So I went up and he stayed down. And he repaired and kept the delphs off. The copter ogres actually don't seem as difficult as on regular. Oh, the Huntress is stronger. The Huntress is the best DPS. As far as solo playing by yourself, the Huntress is the shit, man. There's no doubt. There's no doubt at all. I mean, with my Demon Horn, I'm putting out the same damage on the Huntress as my Monk. Now, that's with no cross-buffing or anything, but that's a big thing for Massacre. The thing the Huntress has is, it depends on the playstyle. You know, like the Huntress has that crazy mobility, ridiculous height, and just that large line of on-the-spot DPS, you know? Where the Monk's got the tower boost. Oh, it's not that big of a difference now, Marcel. The thing is you're comparing Demon Horn monks that are 300 plus to monks that are using a 200 weapon from campaign. They're very, very close. The Huntress is slightly more, but it is not 10 times more. It's definitely more. The Huntress is beastie buffed, don't get me wrong. I'm agreeing 1000%. But if you enjoy the booster playstyle, the Monk is putting out very, very close numbers. And then you have the tower boost. It depends on what playstyle you want, you know? The thing that gets me is I really think having rifted gas traps on a DPS character, or fusion gas traps, I really think that would be stronger than having fusion and snare auras. And that's another aspect where I think that the Huntress really shines. Got 200 million DPS without the Monk boost? Well, I haven't seen anything like that. So, when you show me, then I'll say okay. But I haven't seen anything like that. And I'm in the exact same stats. And I've got a 300 plus Demon Horn. So, I don't know. They did something that I haven't seen literally anyone do. Because that is broken levels there. So I think that the target dummy was not set at Massacre, is what I think. Because that's right about what you'd be doing if it wasn't. The Rift dummy at a lower difficulty. Well, there's no point in trying to show me on a stream. Send me a screenshot of his weapon and the numbers on the dummy. In Discord, that's what you do. I mean, it almost sounds like something is broken with the cross-buffing, maybe. But I haven't seen anyone doing 200 million damage. And I've been in lobbies with a lot of really, really good players. I haven't seen anyone putting out that amount of damage on their Huntress without being cross-buffed by anything else. I mean, nowhere near. I think they had the dummy on the wrong spot. I really do. Sorry, man. Send me the screenshots, I'll believe it. Or maybe I upgraded something wrong and nobody knows about. Maybe you guys are onto something special. Alright, here we go, here we go. Finally. Or no, I already had a headpiece. What I was missing was a chest. I'm looking for the other piece here. Oh! Well, they're good for a builder. Or they're usable for a builder for entry level. But, like, watch, I'll show you my Huntress. With 122% cat. And with a 317 fusion demon horn. We're on Massacre. I'm getting 9 mil DPS. That's why I don't believe the 400, or I don't believe the 200. Unless there's something funny going on with cross buffing. Or it wasn't on Massacre. Because, you know, if I'm not on Massacre and I come over here and do the same thing, yeah, then we're going to see those kind of numbers. You know? That's, now, like I said, maybe you guys are onto something that I don't know about. So I'm not denying it. I'm just saying I'll believe it when you send me their spec and screenshots of it doing that much damage. Well, I mean, the dummy's been buggy as a mofo, Marcel. So that's a chance, too. You know damn well we got new bugs. It's Dungeon Defenders. Sorry, Chromies. I'm not beating up on you. But you know there's new bugs. Now, I'm wondering... I don't think I could survive, I don't think I could survive Magus, with doing what I just did. Oh, I'm glad we got it. I was shocked. I think their timing couldn't have been worse, and I would have loved to have known in advance that the update was coming. It's I've seen more invisible dark elves. I haven't seen any invisible kobolds yet, but I was always hosting too. Any of the multiplayer I did, I hosted. I'm sure there's a shitload of invisible stuff though. Anyway, let's try Magus the same way. The Ballista and Summit is perma-spammable. I didn't even notice that. Oh, I believe you there. I'm gonna go look at it real quick. Or it won't let me hit it at wave 1, huh? Oh, I believe that 1,000%. That would not be the first time that thing was spammable. Alright, let's get back to that headpiece. And I'm gonna try it without being on a DPS character and using explosive traps this time. I'm curious. I'm very curious here. Yeah, that one has reared its head before. I didn't even notice it. But I guess it's just habit. You get used to just hitting it once and then ducking out or doing what you do, you know? It's kind of a nice quality of life. Making that thing spammable. Oh, it only works for the host. Gotcha. Alright, so we're going just ensnare in an electric. That's the wrong character. I'm sitting here thinking, God, man, these things are so damn tiny. Wrong dude. Wrong dude. There we go. That's a little better. I'm wondering if I maybe need to angle these a little differently, because I'm going to need something covering the back now, I think, from the Dark Elves. I guess we'll see. Yeah, this is difficult with this stupid thing on my hand. If it wasn't my thumb, I'd just plug a controller in and use a controller for a while, but kind of tough to use a controller without a thumb, you know? That was terrible. Is that too far out? That thing looks wonky as hell. Yeah, looks like I'm forced to put it out there a little bit far now. Because it's still going to work. I'm not going to rebuild all that. How fast can you spam it? Can you machine gun it? You need to get a video clip of that. That would be awesome. I got no buff beams out there. I want to get these explosives buffed. I don't think it's worth it to put them too far off to the sides. I'm not really sure what to do there quite yet. Let's take a look and see how much it's going to cost just to get me protected here. Alright, and then that I should end up having 2 DU left over, I think. Oops, that was 3, wasn't it? God dang it. There we go. I guess I could have done 3. I'm going to have 2 DU left. Was that 2? Yeah, it's 2. And then we can get out to Splodies. Now I want to get these Splodies buffed, but I think it's going to be, is it better to have 3 unbuffed or 2 buffed, I wonder. Let's see. I mean, the range on them is massive. You know what? I'm going to go with 3 anyway. Oh, I'm going to have 5 DU left. I mean, I can buff 2 of them. Maybe even one of the walls. No, don't have 6, but yeah, that's true. I mean, the coverage is so large where you can really do anything with them. Let's see, what do we got left? We got 2,900 left. Just hit a couple of upgrades on those because I think they're going to. My only worry is that they're going to burn away. Did we get this buff beam? God, please tell me I already upgraded that. It's like, yeah, I did. Okay. And just watch. I'm just going to pop. Like, I'm going to be here 2 seconds and I'm going to be dead. But once again, I don't have any armor on this guy. I mean, I don't even have base armor on him. So these Dark Elves can just basically have their way with me. Die already, please. Alright, well, they died that time. Oh, wow, that ogre came right on through. Oh, man, nah, this is not going to work on this map. You got to have that hero DPS going. Plus, my tower boost is much more then. But getting the builder bonus on those auras is just, even though it's doing so much, it's not enough. But once again, am I gonna actually survive that train wreck? I mean, I don't lose walls the other way, though. You know? No, well, playing in a group, but playing solo, I'm not gonna rift walls. I mean, I'll do it eventually, that way I have them for group play, but I'm just never gonna leave that EV in my deck. Not playing solo, anyway. I think there's more of a bonus, and getting the 50% from the buff beam is pretty huge. Oh, do you got a good build for this map, Aramir? This is that old build. The only difference is I used to use, I'd have a strength drain, and I'd have 3 flame bursts in instead of the DSTs. I'll definitely check it out. I mean, the way it sounds, that stupid Cosmetic is never going to drop for me. So, I mean, I'm going to be living on this map for a few days, I think. Gets it done in 8 to 10 minutes. Nice. Well, I mean, you'd have to automatically add like 4 minutes for me, I think, because of the thumb. I got to move my whole hand right now to move my mouse. So there's like, I got 0 wrist or thumb movement. And I don't know why they had to immobilize my wrist for a thumb problem. But, yeah, whatever. I'm not the doctor. I'm just doing what I'm told. Shit, man. And now I'm not going to be able to target that. That's another area where, God, man, when on earth are they ever going to fix it? Targeting stacks is just such a pain in the ass right now. Pretty easy to do. Oh, I'll definitely check it out. And weird, the wall that was actually buffed. Is the one I lost. That seems suspect. Aramir is Fall Guys main on the build planner. Dude still has never carried me in any Fall Guys and showed me the way, though. Just saying, just saying. But you know, he's a Fall Guys main and all. Let's get our traps back on the boosty boy. See if we can tough it out with no DPS here. Where's my Fall Guys carry, Aramir? I know you can't carry in that game, but I'm going to pretend like you can. Try to get a good clip of yourself, and then do the right thing, Marcel, and speed it up afterwards. Make it look like an absolute machine gun fire. Dang, I lost that wall again. Did I build that on the wrong character? Or is just this build a fail, and I should be on a DPS character? With crowd control. Yeah, I think that may be the thing. There's no surviving this. How is that not dead? Okay, I was gonna say, Jesus. Alright, so let's not do the explosive build here on this one. Your frames drop to 10 when using the macro. Oof. Alright, so let's do it not that way. So let me grab... I mean, are the stats good enough to just leave this set on her for now? I think they probably are. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this set on her. I'm not going to bother swapping back to her normal set. Even though I'm not going to use it. Or not going to use it for the fusion. God dang it. Yep, I misclicked. That's where it's hard, is getting to those precise distances. The 4.12 meters with my stupid thing on my hand. DSTs are so beast. No doubt. I'm having fun so far, Mikey C. Go back to using the strength drain as well, because enemies are definitely beating on my walls, right? So got to use a strength drain too. Actually, my hand doesn't feel as bad today. How long have I been going? Oh wow, it's at 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yesterday at 2 hours and 40 minutes, my thumb felt like it was going to fall off. So maybe it's getting better. maybe it's healing up a little. Get in there. Maybe DDA updates are good for the hand. I tell you, I really want to get in and play through Cyberpunk though. But God, that one just killed me. Is that one buffed? Let me see. No, it is not buffed. Getting it now, right? Yeah, there we go. It only works as host in a multiplayer lobby. Still sounds funny as hell, man. I'm gonna definitely try it out. Alright, what else? We got 13. I've been going... Well, I still need to put the other reflex in. That takes it down to 9, and then we got the 3 gas traps. So yeah, we'll just do the normal old snoozer build. Snoozing and winning is greater than not snoozing and losing. Confirmed. Alright, we do need the gas traps though. Let's see, how small are these now? They're not that bad. That's not that big of a difference. I mean, it's a difference, but it's not terrible. So yeah, I just need to get a DPS character set. Get a DPS character, like, I mean, right now, I think the most logical thing for me would be to get an Ensnare Aura Boost Monk. My hand won't be bothering me. I'll get the 10% damage bonus from the Ensnare aura, and I'll be able to play the way I'm used to playing. But, boy, as far as that single target damage goes, though, it makes me want to play the Huntress. She is such a mean girl. Oh, man. There's never enough DSTs there, Goated. We can always use more DU for DSTs. I'm anxious to try Flame Bursts. I'm anxious to try those explosive traps in the proper setup with a full set of gear. But I just don't know what I would give up, and I'm really thinking that the thing to give up would be the DSTs or the buff beam, I guess. That's the only other options. I mean, if I can get to a point where stuff is not beating on my defenses, then getting rid of the buff beam is not a big deal. Yeah, you can post anything you want, my Discord, as long as it's not, you know, obvious. My Discord is very chill. Post what you want to post. It's all good. As long as it's not nothing dirty. Because we do have a lot of families and kids there. But Ballista spam? Oh yeah, that's heavily approved. The doll things, nobody knows what the dolls are yet. I mean, they gotta be something. There's one on every map. The ballistic goes burr. Let me look. This wave is close enough to over. Let me take a peek real quick.
Jetzt wieder Dauerfeuer.
Holy shit. Yeah, that thing's cooking, man. Oh yeah, I've been all over the place. This one, you can't see the dial now because, yeah, you can still see it. I was going to say you can't see it because of the auras, but it's right up there. Jack those up. Yeah, it's a lot. This build is just super safe. I'll have to check out Aramir's build too. But this is the kind of the go-to build I normally do, and it's super safe, you know, and requires zero sweat. You just got one cooldown to watch. You tried, didn't you try to do, weren't you doing something with Raji there, Marfy? Oh, you were talking about the sirens. The sirens too are kind of a mystery. Where they fall in the story. Everybody's gone into the secret room, like you see. Literally everyone. Yeah, those are the sirens. What the sirens do is they come up and they've got a buff aura that debuffs anyone in their area. So that one was physical. Both of those were physical sirens. So those sirens were putting out a physical damage debuff to the enemies. If you look, the enemies coming up the list, up the line now, are all immune to physical damage. So that's what that little 0 in the circle, white circle there is. That's saying they're immune to physical damage. So that basically, having the fusion damage, nothing becomes immune to fusion damage. Nothing in the game yet. But I don't know where the siren actually really plugs in. The siren originally, the concept in the just the base concept of the siren is from the DD2 MOBA. I think I put that little clip in the doll video. Yeah, that was all. We were all up in there first day, Mike, you see? Everybody had to look for, I mean, it's a fixture from DD1, you know, so everybody was off to the secret room right away. And that was everyone's goal. Right out of the gates. All the stuff in there. Okay. Shoot, man. Oh, there we go. We got it. I mean, I don't even think I need to bother upgrading anything else, but I ran all the way down here. Might as well use it, right? Yeah, it's all most of it is all throwback stuff. So like the UPC code and stuff, people knew that something like that was going to be somewhere in the secret room. So like a lot of the veterans, the DD1 veterans, right out of the gates, they instantly found the secret room and found the UPC, or the little scannable thingy. What the hell's that thing called? How the hell did I forget the name of that? I don't use my phone very often. I've got it. And I used it. But my phone sits here now, next to my desk. The only time it rings, it's somebody I usually don't want to talk to. Unless it's my wife, obviously. But like the only other phone calls I get, it's either my wife, my mom, one of a few close friends that I game with still, or the other 100 times it's the casino trying to get me to do something. They haven't called, and obviously now with the COVID situation, they're not calling anymore, but that's just fine. Yep, I done hit her. I gotta kill her now. Sorry, girl. This one still, I mean, it's not too bad. I gotta check out Aramir's build. He said it gets the map done really quick. Even with half the amount of enemies, that's still a lot of enemies. Just because it's just meat grinder, you know? It's just sitting here waiting for him to die. It just feels like it takes forever. You know, we're not exactly getting threatened by these goblins or anything. They just fodder. What are we missing? Oh, we got somebody stuck. Over this way. There he is. What up, dude? Oh, there he goes. He unstuck quick. Or died quick. Alright, come on. Give me the damn thing. RNG, why you hate me so much? Not there. Boo. Aramir's got like 16 of those now. There's a usable pair of gloves, but I don't think I have a destination for them. That stupid cosmetic, man, it is never going to drop. On that position, I've seen a goblin get stuck over here. The best thing to do there is to just report it with a tactical map screenshot, so they see exactly the position that the mob is stuck. Still feels like it went fairly quick. Anyway, y'all, that is going to get it for me for today. I'm going to give the thumb a rest, throw a little ice on it, and kick back for a bit. There's a remotely small, actually, but there is a remote chance that I'll stream a little bit more later on, probably over on Twitch, as I don't want to spam everybody's notifications here. But I'm not 100% positive on that. We'll have to see how it goes. But anyway, sorry for the 720p today, y'all. Hopefully my connection is in a little better shape tomorrow. But thanks an absolute ton for swinging by. Hopefully everyone is enjoying their weekend. And I'll see you all soon. Take it easy.